Part 7. The library took nearly a week before they let me back onto the estate. Every step of the driveway felt like borrowed time. The library was on the second floor of the West Wing, a place Karina had always told me was off limits. Private archives, family history you wouldn't understand. Now I understood everything. It wasn't about books. It was about control. One of the estate staff, a quiet older man named Horace, guided me to a drawer behind a false panel. He handed me a brass key and said simply, "He wanted you to see it." Inside, a single flash drive, velvet-lined box, Glenn's handwriting on the label, Library, July 10th. Final record. I watched it alone. Curtains pulled, doors locked, raw footage from a fixed security camera. Karina, pacing, agitated, phone in one hand. Glenn behind the desk, motionless, watching. His expression wasn't sad. It was exhausted. "You have no right to do this," Karina snapped. "You want to die with a smile, knowing you've taken everything from me?" Glenn didn't respond. "You hate me so much, you'd rather give your empire to a man who unclogged your toilet." Still nothing. "He's weak, Dad. He doesn't belong in this world. He barely knows how to dress himself. This is humiliating." Glenn finally leaned forward, voice like cold marble. "You made your choice. You left him before I was even gone." "So what?" she hissed. "You were already halfway in the grave." He raised one hand, cutting her off. "And yet, I lived long enough to rewrite the will. You thought you could outsmart me, have your freedom, keep the fortune, erase the consequences. But Karina, there are always consequences. You thought love was leverage. But Wendell never asked me for anything. He never insulted me, even when I tried to push him away." Karina backed up a step. "This isn't about love. This is punishment." "No," Glenn said quietly. "It's protection. I'm protecting my legacy. From you." The screen went black. I sat there for a long time, in that dark, cold room. It didn't feel like victory. It just hurt, because deep down, I still hoped some piece of her had loved me once. But the way she'd spoken about me, like I was an embarrassing accident. She couldn't quite clean up. She hadn't lost me. She had discarded me. But here's what she didn't see coming. There was something else in those folders. A sealed envelope, marked private, to be read after death.